Hold on to your seats because what you're about to hear might just shock you. In the year 2024, the world finds itself teetering on the edge of an unsettling reality. 12 countries, each with their own unique histories and cultures, are on the brink of collapse. This isn't a dystopian novel or an over-dramatized movie plot, this is real life, happening right in front of our eyes. The countries we're talking about span across different continents, from the sprawling deserts of Africa to the bustling cities of Asia, from the historic landscapes of Europe to the tropical jungles of South America. Each of these countries is facing their own set of challenges, yet they all share a common thread. They're on the precipice of significant societal change and not for the better. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. We're not just talking about economic downturns or political unrest. We're talking about full-blown collapse. Governments falling, economies crashing, societies crumbling, the sort of stuff that keeps world leaders awake at night. And the consequences of such collapses could have far-reaching implications for the entire globe. Imagine a world where these 12 countries descend into chaos. The domino effect could be catastrophic. The disruption of trade routes, the displacement of millions of people, the potential for conflict to spill over into neighboring countries. These are just a few of the potential outcomes. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Over the course of this video, we'll delve deeper into the specifics of each country, exploring the causes behind their precarious positions, and discussing potential solutions to their problems. We'll examine how these potential collapses could impact the rest of the world, and what we can do to prevent such a grim future. Our aim isn't to scare you but rather to inform you. Knowledge is power after all. The more we understand about these situations, the better equipped we'll be to respond and hopefully help steer these countries away from the brink of collapse. If you think this is just a random occurrence, you're in for a surprise. Now you're probably wondering what's causing all this chaos. Well, it's not just one thing, it's a multitude of factors, intricately linked, each contributing to the instability we're seeing in these countries. Let's delve a bit deeper and try to unravel these causes. Political unrest is undeniably a significant factor. Governments are facing opposition from their people, leading to protests, strikes, and in some cases, even civil wars. This unrest can be fueled by various issues, from corruption and inequality to disputes over power and resources. It's a volatile mix that can rapidly destabilize a country. Then there's the economic crises. A country's economy is its lifeblood, and when it's not doing well, the effects are felt everywhere. Unemployment skyrockets, inflation soars, and the national debt balloons. This economic turmoil often exacerbates political unrest as citizens grow more and more dissatisfied with their living conditions and the government's inability to fix the situation. And let's not forget about environmental disasters. From wildfires and droughts to hurricanes and floods, these natural events can wreak havoc on a country's infrastructure and economy. They can displace people, destroy homes and livelihoods, and drain a country's resources. And as we're seeing more and more, climate change is only making these disasters more frequent and more severe. But here's the thing. These factors don't exist in isolation. They're interconnected, each one feeding off the other. Political unrest can lead to economic instability, which in turn can make a country more vulnerable to environmental disasters. And these disasters can further fuel unrest and economic crises. It's a vicious cycle, a complex web of issues that can push a country to the brink of collapse. So, as you can see, it's not just one thing that's causing these countries to teeter on the edge. It's a combination of political, economic, and environmental factors, each one exacerbating the others, leading to a potentially catastrophic domino effect. It's a complex web of issues, each feeding into the other, leading to a potential point of no return. But it doesn't stop there. The effects of these collapses could ripple across the globe. Imagine a row of dominoes, standing upright, each one representing a different country. When one falls, it nudges the next, setting off a cascade of tumbling pieces. This is how we can visualize the potential global effects of these countries' instability. The first domino to fall may trigger a chain reaction that affects the global economy. As these nations' economies falter, international trade could be disrupted, potentially leading to a global recession. The world's economies are so intertwined that a crisis in one country can quickly spread to others, much like a virus. The economic impacts could trickle down to our everyday lives. It could mean job losses, higher prices for goods and services, and decreased economic stability. Your favorite coffee beans that are sourced from one of these countries could suddenly become scarce and expensive. The smartphone in your hand might double in price due to disrupted supply chains, but the effects aren't just economic. The political instability could lead to a surge in refugees fleeing their home countries in search of safety. This could put a strain on neighboring countries and those farther afield, sparking humanitarian crises and exacerbating existing social and political tensions. Speaking of political tensions, the instability could also lead to international disputes. Countries may vie for influence in the region, leading to a power vacuum and potential conflict. This could have implications for global peace and security. The domino effect of these potential collapses doesn't just play out on a macro scale. It could affect our day-to-day lives, from the price of our morning coffee to our sense of security in the world. The ripple effects could touch every corner of the globe, affecting people from all walks of life. So you see, these aren't just distant problems, they could affect us all. Now that we've put all the cards on the table, what can we do? That's the question that naturally comes next. You might be thinking, I'm just one person, can I really make a difference? The answer is a resounding yes, and it all starts with knowledge. In a world that's more connected than ever, we're not just citizens of our own countries, but also global citizens. What happens in a far-off corner of the world can ripple out and impact us all. This is why it's so crucial to stay informed about global issues, to understand the context of these crises, and to know what's happening beyond our borders. Now you may wonder, where do I even begin? Well, a good start would be to educate yourself about these issues. Read widely and diversely, seek out reputable news sources, delve into books, watch documentaries. Make use of the vast resources available at your fingertips, but don't stop there. Expand your understanding by engaging in discussions, by asking questions, by challenging your own beliefs. Knowledge isn't static, it's dynamic. It grows, it evolves, it shifts. And the more you engage with it, the more you'll grow too. Next, consider how you can apply this knowledge. Maybe it means voting differently in the next election, supporting a particular cause, or even just sharing what you've learned with others. Every action counts, no matter how small it may seem. Finally, remember that knowledge isn't just about consumption. It's also about contribution. You can contribute by sharing what you've learned, by sparking conversations, by raising awareness. Don't underestimate the power of your voice, because it's not just about knowing, it's about doing. It's about using that knowledge to affect change, to challenge the status quo, to shape a better world. So, arm yourself with knowledge. Be curious, be critical, be proactive. Because remember, knowledge is power. And in a world that's constantly changing, that power can be your greatest asset. So there you have it. A world on the edge, and you're part of it. We've journeyed together, across continents and through time, to understand the unsettling reality of countries that could potentially face collapse in 2024. This isn't just a tale of 12 countries, but a reflection of our global interconnectedness and the challenges we collectively face. We've delved into the causes, from economic instability to political unrest, environmental degradation to social upheaval. Each of these elements, like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, come together to form a picture of potential collapse. It's important to recognize that these issues are not isolated, but rather, they feed into one another, creating a domino effect that can shake the very foundations of a nation. The power of knowledge is our greatest tool in addressing these challenges. By staying informed, we can better understand the complexities of our world and our role within it. Remember, information is not just about consumption, it's about comprehension. It's about making sense of the world around us and using that understanding to create a better tomorrow. I encourage you to share this video to spread the word about these pressing issues. Awareness leads to understanding, and understanding leads to change. By sharing, you're not just passing on information, you're sparking a conversation, a dialogue that can lead to solutions. Let's remind ourselves that the world is not just a collection of independent entities, but a global community. The challenges faced by one nation can have ripple effects across the globe. But at the same time, the solutions we find, the progress we make, can also reverberate worldwide. So let's strive to stay informed, to understand, to share, and to act. Because every action, no matter how small, can contribute to a larger change. And always remember, the world is a complex place, but together, we can make it better.